Aloha mai kako, a komo mai to Curtain Call, a program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Small Town Big Art is a project developed through a grant from the National Endowment for the Arts, Our Town program. It's a collaborative effort by the County of Maui and Hale Ho'ike at the Bailey House Maui Historical Society and Maui Public Art Corps, working to develop an arts district to celebrate the distinctive sense of place, history, and culture of Wailuku, Hawaii. The program pairs professional artists of all disciplines with community consultants to create art installations that align with the olelo from Mary Kavena Pukui's Olelo Noe'o, Hawaii proverbs and poetical saying. On June 16th in Kipuka Square, the park next to the historic Iao Theater, Anthony Pfluke, one of Maui's finest young singer-songwriters, accompanied by Ethan Villanueva on cajon and guitar, presented a pop-up concert of the results of consultations with former Ka'o'olave Island Reserve Commission Cultural Island Specialist Kapono I Molitau, Sissy Lake Farm of the Bailey House, Kevin Brown, slack key guitarist and leader of Olahau, and Kumu Keali'i Raichel, and a volunteer journey to Ka'o'olave facilitated through the Ka'o'olave Island Reserve Commission. These experiences inspired 3 new mele that Mr. Pfluke and Villanueva shared with the packed gathering of appreciative fans. After an inspiring pule offered by Uncle Bill Garcia, who is a member of Halau na Honoa Kulike o Pi'ilani, under Kumu Kapono I, as well as a member of the Royal Order of Kamehameha and of the Bailey family at the Bailey House Museum, also serving as its resident kahuna pule / kahu for the museum. Mr. Pfluke started with a pule of his own.
Ahiki mai no oko, ahiki puno me ke aloha. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha e.
And then launched into a ala ma luna. Mr. Pfluke explained the title directly translates to, quote, rise above, unquote, and is inspired by the mana, the protection, and the restoration of the Hawaiian nation. This song was written in 2020. The next song was inspired by his Ka'o'olave excursion entitled Ku Kia'i Kanaloa. Here is a little of that for your pleasure.
Haina kapua no Ka'o'olave I kamai. Ku oko a ho'i ki kiu ke eina pali e. Ku kanaloa I na pali kaula na ulawa. Ula no ka aina, ulu no ka lau.
Then came Ku'ule Lokelani. It's a song about his journey here on Maui and his present stint studying in Hilo and that journey to Ka'o'olave as well. Here is some of that song. Born and raised on Maui, Mr. Pfluke has been rooted in Hawaiian music from an early age, forging an original path perpetuating the music of his home. Performing Hawaiian contemporary and reggae-influenced music on the piano, ukulele, 12 and 6-string guitar, kiho'alu, slack key guitar, he is continuing his education in Hawaiian studies at UH Hilo while following music wherever it takes him, which includes many sites throughout the state of Hawaii, the West Coast, and Japan, playing with some of Hawaii's most iconic musicians and garnering the following praise from Henry Kapono Foundation. Quote, "This Nahoku Hano Hano finalist is a rising star in the islands and definitely one to watch. And you can hear them every Saturday night from 7 to 9 at Nalu's Bar and Grill in Azeka Makai in Kihei." The following Sunday was an extraordinary event at the Ruth Muradas Maui Music Conservatory as Ebb and Flow Arts presented Piano Synergy. I was unable to attend the Saturday show or the early Sunday one. I did get to hear, in celebration of the Dutch composer Simeon ten Holt's centenary, a performance of his seminal Canto Ostinato for 4 pianists. The pianists were Demira Feldman, Robert Pollock, Brad Thompson, and Kees Wieringa. Mr. Wieringa, who currently resides in France, has an international reputation as the ambassador of the work of Mr. Tenholt. Ms. Feldman is also an internationally renowned pianist and the founder of Maui Outstanding Piano Amateurs Festival. Mr. Thompson has been playing with Ms. Murata since he was 7. In the interim, he received a bachelor's and master's in piano performance from the University of Hawaii Manoa and has returned to Maui to join the teaching faculty at the Maui Music Conservatory. Mr. Pollock is also an internationally renowned composer with over 150 works to his credit. He is a soloist of contemporary piano music, having premiered over 100 compositions. He is the founder of Ebb and Flow Arts, which is celebrating its 24th year of bringing the world's best contemporary musicians to Maui and the world. The work is described as, quote, repetitive music in which the performers follow their own route, choosing the so-called drift parts they prefer. The musicians are given the task of determining the total length of the number of repetitions in any given performance, unquote. The performance lasted a little over an hour and 3/4. In the first hour, I found myself mesmerized and actually astral projected without any illegal substances. Then, in the following 45 minutes, I was drawn to what the artists were doing. It was extraordinary. One aspect of this program that was totally unique was that the audience members were encouraged to get up during the performance and get a different perspective. At the conclusion, the audience stood and applauded for a very long time in abject awe and appreciation for what they had just experienced. It was one of the most remarkable musical experiences I have ever had. Mahalo to Mr. Pollock for continuing to expose Maui audiences to the best of contemporary music. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo nui loa for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Ahui ho.